All right, let's start with the first one. Now, the only rule that we're going to be using over here would be the multiplication rule, right? Which tells you that you have to, what do you have to do with the exponents? You got to add them. Very good. All right. So, and if you need to go ahead and highlight, please, by all means, highlight number with number, letter with letter. So the 8 with the 2, if you need to, which by the looks of this morning, we might. Okay. And then y with y. All right. 8 times 2, x2 and x3, and y3 and y4. Okay? And you were done. That was all that you needed to do for number 1. Okay? All right, let's go to number 2. All right, so for number 2, I had to do the power of a power, which means I have to multiply, correct? Let's start putting the ones, because a lot of you are getting very confused and are not doing the whole number. You're not doing the integer. You're not doing the 2. Okay, Brian, come on. So this is 2 to the what power? 2 to the third. X to what? Somebody get mine. All right, x to the what? 15. Come on. And y to the what? Third. Very good. And that is divided by 36, x8, y6. Now 2 to the third is 8. Yes? Thank you. Thank you, Brian. All right, x15, y third, x8. Notice how I do not skip steps. I may say 2 to the third, 8. I may go here. But I don't skip steps when it comes to like subtracting or adding or multiplying. Okay? Because I get confused. All right, 8 and 36 can be simplified. And if you don't know, let the calculator do it for you. What can you simplify 8 and 36 by? We don't know? We can do it by 4. Again, if you don't know, just please do it on the calculator, correct? 2/9? Yes? All right. This rule tells me that I have to subtract the exponents, because it's a quotient rule. Are you with me? All right. So 15 minus 8, x to the 7th. 6 minus 3, 3, and you keep it at the bottom where the biggest one is, right? So you don't have those negative exponents. And that was your answer. Yes, babies? All right. Number 3. In the top, you can go ahead and use the multiplication rule, which tells you just multiply the numbers, but you add the exponents, right? There's a 1 here. 8 times 2? 16. x1 and x3? x4. And y3 and y4? y7, right? These are together. And these are together. And then, of course, the numbers, right? All right. That is divided by. Now I have to do power over power. There's a 1 here. So that would be negative 7 to the second power. What is negative 7 to the second power? Negative 49. Do it in the calculator if you don't know. 3 times 2, 6. Y times 2, 1 times 2, right? Because there's a 1 here. And then I have to take away x6, y2. Now we did this in summer. You got negative 49 and then minus another one of those. Both of them are negative, so you can go ahead and add them. For who? There's nobody here for Pelton. So this would be 16 x4 y7. What is negative 49 and negative 1? Negative 49 and negative 1. Come on. Can you help me around here so that I don't get frustrated? Thank you. Negative 50. All right. Now I can simplify. Let's simplify that 16 and the negative 50. That simplifies to negative 8 over 25. Yay? All right. We can subtract here, right, babies? So 6 minus 4 would be 2. And then we can subtract here. And 5 minus 2 would be, I'm sorry, 7 minus 2 would be 5. I just gave you the answer. All right. Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. There it is. Yay? Are we sure? Yeah. I'm trying to help you out. You let me know if this is not working. Okay? We need to learn this. All right. I have to distribute I got to do power over power number 4. All right. So this is negative 9 to the second power. That would be negative 81. Very good. 4 times 2, 8. 7 times 2, 14. I'm going to go ahead and simplify that exactly like it is. So I'm going to go to the calculator and write it exactly like it is. Negative 9 to the second power divided by negative 27. She should give me oh, there's a go, 3. Okay, don't worry about those numbers. The calculator will do the numbers for you, correct? If it's a decimal, just change it back to a fraction. But if you write it as a fraction, it will probably give you another fraction. Yes? All right. So that would be 3. 3's at the top. Yes? All right. Now, you subtract. Where do my x's go? Bottom. And it's 10 minus 8, which would be 2. And then where do my y's go? No. They go to the bottom. 16 is at the bottom, correct? 16 minus 14? All right, so this was 3 divided by x squared, y squared. Yes? Don't tell me yes if you're not, guys, okay? Trying to help out. We need to fix this. Yes? All right. So let's distribute, right? 1 and 1. So 60 to the second power. Yeah, and I'm not even going to do that because I'm just going to write it as a fraction and let the calculator simplify it, okay? Now, that's not wrong. You can do it that way too, okay? So 60 squared, x to what power? 10 times 2, 20. 7 times 2, 14. 5 to the second power. Yes? 4 times 2, 8. And 3 times 2, 6. And again, Juan was over there giving me the what was 60 square, and I just told him, don't worry about it. Let's just go ahead and write it exactly like we see it and let the calculator do all the work for us, right? Yes? All right, so that would be 144. And I did it only one step instead of doing 60 squared divided by 25, right? It's just do it in one step. All right, so 144. All right, talk to me about the x's. Where do they go? They go up, and now we're going to subtract them because that's the quotient rule, right? 20 minus 8? 12. And then 14 and 6. And they go at the top too, right? So everything is at the top. Okay? So the answer is 144 x squared y 8. With me? Alrighty. Alright, at the top I don't have to do a thing. But at the bottom I have to distribute that 2. 1, 1, and 1. 2 to the second power. X to the what? What power? Yes. Don't be afraid, babies. It's okay. Miss Marina is not mad. Y to the what? To the second, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Negative 28, right? Divided by 2 squared. And that will be negative 7. Alright, where do my x's go? They go at the top. And where do my y's go? At the bottom. Very good. So 4 minus 2, x squared. And this would be y. Right? 2 minus 1. Yay? Alright. Ooh, I love this. Because that's what? 0, right? X to the 0 would be, not 0, I'm sorry. 1. Alright, so we can trash it, right? Alright, so I cannot do anything with the first term, so let's keep it how it is. But this is 2 squared and y to the 4th. What's 2 squared? 4. And then these are the same terms, so I can say negative 24 plus 4, which would be what? That's negative 24 y4. So you're not going to make me write it, right? Because I don't want to write y4 24 times. That's negative y4, negative y4, negative y4, negative y4, negative y4, 24 times, right? And then if you add 4 to it, what happens? What do you end up having? Negative what? Negative 20. There you go. Say it, say it. Negative 20 y to the 4th. And you're done. That's cold. All right. That's a 1, right? We got to distribute first. Yes? All right, so 6 to the 3rd. X to what? Thank you. And y to what? 24. Thank you. 4, x4, y10. Do that in the calculator. Yes? And that's 54. Yes? All right. X's, where do they go, top or bottom? All right, so 12 minus 4 would be 8. Y's, where do they go? Most definitely top, because 24 is bigger, so 24 minus 10. There you go, and you're done. Hopefully, because tomorrow we're gonna try to work on our own again, and we're gonna push Cleopatra to next week. Because we gotta do this, because this is on our snapshot, and those are coming up really, really quick. They're coming up in 2 weeks. Our snapshots. And last time you guys make me look amazing. We're not gonna change that this time. All right, are we good? All right. Negative 3, x negative 7. Oh, what am I doing? I'm rewriting the problem. I don't know why I'm doing that. Crazy. All right. All right, negative 3 times 1. There's an invisible 1 right here, right? Is negative 3. All right. What can I do with those two? You can combine them, right? but you're not really adding because one is negative and the other one is positive. So this is x to the negative 2. Yes? And then these two, you can combine them, but you're not really adding because one is positive and the other one is negative. And there's also an invisible one over here. So this is y to the negative 2. And then you cannot have negative exponents, so the only other thing that you can do would be to move those to the bottom. Very good. So this is negative 3 x squared y squared. Yes, babies? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. All right. Let's do the next one. All right, there's an invisible one over here. So I'm going to start with this. I got to distribute that too, correct? So that will be 10 to the second power. X to the what? 12. 6 times 2 is 12, and 4 times 2 is 8. Plus, let's do this part over here. 11 times 4? 44. Very good. All right? So I can combine them. This rule lets me add them, right? So 5 and 7, 12. And 1, there's an invisible 1 over here, correct? 1 and 7, 8. Now look at what I have. I have x to the 12 and y to the 8, which means I can add those two things up. 10 to the square, 10 squared would be 100, right? x12, y8, plus 44, x12, y8. What's 11? No, it's 11, I'm sorry. What's 100 of those plus 44 are the same? 44 are the same. 144, x12, y8. That's like 100 apples plus 44 more apples, right? They're the same. x12, y8, x12, y8. They're the same. You can add them. See, but in that case, you don't add the exponents because you're not multiplying the exponents. You're not multiplying the x and the x, right? You're adding the terms. I have 100 of those. You're not going to make me write them, right? And then 44 more of the same. Yes? You can add them. Because you're just, these are combining like terms. That's like 3x plus 5x. That would be 8x, right? Because they're the same. All right, over here. I would do this one at the bottom first. So 4, x7, y negative 1. There's a 1 over here, right? And there's a 1 over there. So let's distribute that too. Let's multiply. That would be 5 squared. What's 5 squared? Can I put the 25 or one step at a time? Is that cool? 25? And y to the 1 times 2, second power. Yay? All right, look at this. I'm not multiplying. I'm subtracting, right? So this would be 25 apples minus 7 apples, right? They're the same because both of them are y squared. So what's 25 minus 7? What? 18? Good job. Now, why did I stop? Because I'm going to go ahead and move this one where? To the bottom. But when I move it to the bottom, guess what happens? It's no, you don't add. What was it here? Was it added or was it multiplied? So you got to multiply it at the bottom too. All right? So what's my answer? 4x7 there you go. Y3, don't hesitate. Y3. And then there's one more thing that I can do. Simplified. Very good. That 4 and that 18. So 2/9? Yes? All right, so this was 2, x7, 9, y3. Yay? We're we're not going to finish. All right, 12. Distribute, right? There's a 1 here. 4 to the third. 4 times 3, 12. 5 times 3, 15. Yes? 4, x7, y11. I'm going to do the numbers on the calculator. With me? That's 16. Yes? Now I can do the y's and the x's, correct? All right. 12 minus 7, and I keep it where? Up. That will be x to the 5th. Yes? And then 15 minus 11, and I keep it at the top. 15 minus 11? Did I do it right? Yeah. Okay. I heard somebody saying, why 4? Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean, why 4? Oh, there's another one over here. All right, I'm going to do the top. You don't have to do, you cannot do anything right now. So keep it like it is. All right, 1 times 2, 3 squared, right? 1 times 2, x squared. I'm going to do the numbers in the calculator. (45) divided by 3 squared would be 5. Okay? Just do the numbers on the calculator. Don't worry about them. X11, y3, x squared times xy. The only thing was I just simplified that. That's the only thing that I did, right? I just did the numbers. That's all I did. Everything else stayed the same. Are you with me? I keep asking. All right, so what can I do with those two? Add them. And notice that I'm not doing more than one step at the same time. Two and 1 would be 3, right? All right. Now I still have to do the quotient rule. That tells me that I have to subtract. Yes? All right. So 11 minus 3? 8. 3 minus 1? 2. And they're both at the top because the bigger numbers are at the top. Yes? All right, one more. And then we can start packing. All right. That's a 1 over there. So let's distribute. 3 to the third. X to what power? 6. Y to what power? 12. All right. So number with number. X with X. And Y with Y. I really do think you guys are also trying to do too many things at the same time. All right, 3 to the third is 27, if I'm not mistaken. 27 times 2 would be 54. No, 27 times 2. No, 3 to the third is not 9. This is not 3 times 3. Yeah, it is 54. I did it right. Ooh. All right. What can I do with those two? Add the exponents. So 6 and 2 would be 8, only because you're multiplying these two terms. And 12 and 2 would be 14. Yes? All right. Let's pack it up. In your classwork.